talk to you about 5 palettes I've been obsessed with lately and 5 palettes that I definitely have my eye on. I feel like I'm really close to you right now. I kind of want to zoom out. A little bit. There we go. That feels better. Before we get into the video, I want to stress a couple of things that are coming up that I think you personally will really enjoy. The first of which is tonight. Paul and I are going to be streaming where we're going to dye Paul's beard. He's already why can't I talk today? He's already pre-bleached his beard. I'm just gonna let you know right now, it is terrifying. You literally look like you're turning into Santa, like you look like Tim Allen, like you're turning into the Santa Claus. So tonight on the stream, we're going to dye it and then we are going to make a glitter beard. So if that's something you're interested in, I highly recommend coming over, stopping by. There will be a link below to where you can go. It's going to be 7 p.m. Pacific. It's going to be a mess. And then tomorrow at noon Pacific, I'm going to be live streaming doing a makeup roulette. The theme is going to be green eyeshadow. So basically it's going to be like a follow along if you want to. The wheel will spin. You can choose a color that is similar. See how you get inspired. Come play. It's a lot of fun. We did it last week. I did it with one of the pals I'm going to be talking about today. And it was really cool to see how other people's looks turned out versus how my look turned out. That is tomorrow at noon, and tonight at 7 p.m. These are both Pacific time. We'll be doing Paul's glitter beard. So please come hang out. It's gonna be it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something. Also, if you're part of the Narwhal Nation, there is another bonus video for you over on leeshaland.com. So hope you enjoy. All right, let's get into this video. So first I'm gonna talk about the 5 palettes that I've been really enjoying lately. A couple of them are older palettes that I've sort of rekindled my love for, and then there are some new ones. So let's get into it. The first one is what I'm actually wearing on my eyes today, and that is the orange neon Huda Beauty palette. This is the palette. Last week we did it on live stream on Saturday. We did makeup roulette with this one. It was actually really funny because there's no eyeshadow name, so Paul just named all of the eyeshadows. We had like Blue's Clues magenta, we had Dwight mustard yellow. He had like the most ridiculous names for them. Something with Huda Beauty that I find every single time I buy something from Huda, it's like without fail. I will see pictures online, I'll see swatches online, and I'll go, that's nice, that's okay, like it looks fine. And I have no like real urge to buy the products. It's not until I go into Sephora and physically touch and swatch the colors that I go, crap, I need to have this. Every single time. The last couple of times was the bigger palettes that she had, but these neon ones, I had gone into Sephora to return something, couldn't find the display with these, and finally found them and was swatching them, and this neon one was a no-brainer for me. But it's nice because you've got a lot of matte colors, and not only are they matte, but they are neon shades, and they actually apply really, really nicely. Like, they have really good pigmentation, especially considering that they're neon, because neon colors, as cool as they look, can sometimes be a real pain when it comes to trying to get them to not only show up nicely, but to be super smooth and consistent. A lot of the times they can be super patchy, which is really no fun to work with. And then you have these really pretty glittery, shimmery shades in there as well. This palette is just so gorgeous. I love the packaging on it. It's like almost like a throwback with that clear, like translucent neon. Reminds me of like early 2000s. It's just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. The packaging itself is really nice. The mirror is nice and big, and palette Viagra doesn't need any. Stays straight. Bless me. Bless me. This has been just a huge hit, and I'm so glad. I don't buy a lot of makeup anymore just because I, 1, have so much, and 2, I'm really tired of rinse and repeat. You know, if I've seen it before, I'm not gonna get excited about it. So when I saw this and it was something different, and it actually really stressed orange here, which is what I love. I love orange eyeshadow. Absolutely love orange eyeshadow, especially these like orange juice colors, and I'm obsessed with this palette. It's beautiful. The next one is another one that I did a stream with, and that is the Alyssa Edwards palette. I have not had so much luck with Anastasia for the last couple of palettes that they came out with. I did go into Ulta and I swatched Riviera, and I really wasn't impressed. I didn't love it. It was just like, it was okay. I just was not feeling a lot of them. The Alyssa Edwards one, I bought sight unseen, which as much as I don't buy makeup, buying something sight unseen is even more rare. just because I don't like to spend money anymore. I don't want to spend money on stuff just to have it. But I'm just such a huge Alyssa Edwards fan, and I loved the idea of this collaboration, and the palette just looked really cool. I loved that the colors, like she explained why all the colors meant something, what all the names meant, and it just was really neat. So I got it sight unseen. Played with it on stream live for the first time and was blown away by everything about it. The pigmentation, the quality of the colors, the blend, everything was just so great. And when I did this stream was so funny. So I did makeup roulette, and the first color that I got was Beast, which is the straight black shade. That was the first color I had to use. I don't know the last time, if ever, that I've used a black shade first. So it was a challenge. We'll just say that. It was a challenge. This palette is just gorgeous. The packaging is so beautiful. It's really one of the first ones in a while with Anastasia that I really just loved everything here, and it felt like the formula was improved, if that makes sense. It felt like it was just really a quality made palette. So I'm a big fan of this one. Next is the Just My Luck palette from Colourpop. This was the first one that I picked up as far as the 9-pan palettes, and it's still my favorite one. The colors, everything is so nice. The blend, the shimmer, pigmentation of matte colors is really just spot on with this palette. Some of the 9-pan palettes that I've got from Colourpop are nice, but they aren't wowing me as much as this one. This one was the first one I got and was absolutely the one that, above all, really captivated me and still does. The next palette, woo, is another Anastasia one. This is the Dream Glow Kit. This is one of the really shiny glow kits. I've had this for a really long time and have just never really paid attention to it. Recently pulled it out and have been using it a lot more. So this one, I love that the packaging is like legitimate holographic, and some of the colors here are just really cool. So they're not quite, I mean, some of them are kind of duochromy, which is nice, but they just have this really crazy sparkle to them. There's this shade here called Magic that is just the weirdest shade. It's this silver with pink holographic. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like it. I have been in a real, like a phase lately of using only colorful highlighters, not like champagne or white or whatever, but I've used mainly duochrome ones. And so this palette's been getting a lot of use because of that, especially Magic and then Unicorn. So I've just really been loving this one. I'm glad that I kind of pulled it out and have been using it more just because it is pretty freaking unique, and I love anything unique. Last one, unfortunately, is a discontinued palette, and it's one that I've had for a while and never really paid attention to, and then once I did, I was really mad at myself for not paying attention to it sooner. And that is the Dream palette from Sigma by Beauty Bird. This palette is really one of the biggest ones I've seen Sigma come out with. It's had so many different colors and so many matte shades that are just really beautiful. The way that these apply, like this shade right here, Frenchie. This is a beige shade. It's a little bit darker than what I would normally use for a highlight, like a brow bone color, but I've been using it constantly because it just is such a nice blending shade. But everything in here applied so nicely. The mattes, like I'm telling you, when I find good mattes, it's just a game changer. I love it. I've been using this one all the time, and it seems to be the one that I kind of have been using as like a co-star, so to speak, if that makes sense. So I'll have one palette where it's my main one, and then I have this one as my side support, my supporting actress that helps with any colors that need a little TLC, need like a little bit of depth added. The Dream palette is the one that I always go to. So those are the 5 that I've really been like jiving with lately, really kind of have been my vibe. And then there's been some that I have been definitely like side-eyeing in a good way, like eyeing them, being like, I kind of want to hang out with you. The first of which is the Honey palette from Colourpop. Now I did order this one. Colourpop clearly has shown that they are listening to their customers. As all of these 9-pan monotone palettes have been coming out, there's been a huge cry for a yellow palette, and Colourpop listened and delivered. And the fact that Colourpop is, as far as I know, Colourpop's the only cosmetic company in the US, or just, I don't know of another one. Tell me if there's another one, but they have their lab in-house. This does not exist anywhere else. So they're able to come out with products so quickly because they're able to bring them from conceptualization into a full-blown product a lot quicker than when a company has to send the idea to the lab, wait, get it back. Like, they're able to do things so much faster, which is why they're able to come out with product so much quicker. And also why they're able to keep their costs so low. So all in all, it's just great. The Honey palette, just seeing all of the bright colors is just makes me so excited. I already have ordered this, I'm just waiting for it to arrive. The one thing that I did see after the fact is that the middle shade is a pressed glitter and it's not recommended for the eye area, which doesn't really make any sense. Like, it's a face glitter. Now normally when a color, like when I see pressed pigment eyeshadow or pressed pigment palettes and they say not recommended for the eye area, I don't get too worried, because that's more just because the pigment's not approved. It's something that's approved in like Europe, things like that. The main reason is because of the staining aspect, and that doesn't bother me so much. Glitter is a different story. I have seen on Reddit like a while ago this girl who got a piece of glitter, like a craft glitter, stuck in her eye. Very detailed pictures, I'll just say that, but basically she ended up losing her eye because a piece of craft glitter got stuck in her eyeball. So when it comes to glitter that is not eye safe, that is something that is immediately like, okay, I'm following the rules. And the fact that this is in a palette that is marketed as an eyeshadow palette, it kind of gives me like bad vibes. But I'm still excited to play with it. I feel like that was not, I don't like that move. The next palette that really, oh my gosh, I wasn't expecting this. And again, it was because I saw it in person. The Smoke Sessions palette from Melt Cosmetics. This has been out for like a really long time, a year, at least a year. And it's this green tone palette, obviously. It's got like a marijuana theme to it, obviously. I've heard good things about it. I've heard that people really like it, but I never really paid much attention to it. This was all until, again, I was in Sephora and saw it on display and was able to actually physically touch it. And then my brain kind of went, what the fuck? Like, I couldn't believe how nice this palette was. So that one is it's on my Sephora cart right now. I don't know if I'll get it or not. The thing I returned, I guess because I bought it with PayPal, I could not get my money back. I only have a gift card, so I have a $100 Sephora gift card that I'm like, well, if I don't buy anything else, like the Smoke Sessions is definitely like, it looks pretty nice. So that one is for sure on there in the sense like it swatched, it looked so beautiful. Oh my gosh. Next is the pink neon Huda Beauty palette. So these neon colored palettes, these neon themes, there is a pink one, an orange, and then there is a green. Now the green is really, for me, the most disappointing. There's only one neon green shade, and then there's a lot of taupes and like shimmery taupes. I don't need that. I understand that, yeah, it probably looks really cool with the neon green, but this is a neon green palette and you're shoving plain ass taupe at me? Shimmery taupe? I don't like the way that feels. The pink one though does have a lot of pinks and purples and a lot more bright colors. So it's on my list. I'm definitely considering it, but I'm for sure glad that I did get the orange above all else. Another one that really surprised me was the new Natasha Nonna palette. Again, something I saw online, didn't really care, went into the store. This is why I don't go into Sephora very often. I'm being honest with you. I'll go into Ulta, I never go into Sephora because there's always these palettes that I don't care about until I see them in person and touch them. The new Natasha Nonna palette is definitely one of those. It has this one color that is just this perfect fusion of like orange and yellow together, and it's so beautiful. And it's this matte, and I told you, just orange colors, really nice orange colors are so unappreciated. And when I see a good one, oh, I just want it all over my face. Oh, it's so stunning. Stunning! So that's for sure. The last palette on my wants list is the Oceanic Palette from Ace Beauty. I have all of my Paradise palettes from Ace Beauty, and the quality is out of this world. One of their newest palettes is the Oceanic Palette, which is all a blue themed palette, but it's got some crazy bright greens. Their stuff is just really nice from my experience. So that one for sure is like I'm eyeing it. And I mean, this came out, it's not super new. It came out when there was that flood of blue eyeshadows earlier this year, blue palettes, but I mean, it's really pretty, and I feel like it would just be a nice palette to have for like accents, because I don't like doing full-blown blue most of the time. Full-blown blue, I feel like it would be good for like those little pops, you know what I'm saying? Like a little bit of that green, a little bit of that blue. it just looks really pretty. So that's all for this video. I would love to know any palettes that you have just been really magnetized to lately. Is there anything that you just keep using this palette over and over and you're just like so obsessed with it? Or something that you keep eyeing and you're like, I kind of want that? Let me know. Also, again, I hope to see you tonight, 7 p.m. Pacific in the stream, link below. It's gonna be a lot of fun, lot of fun. So I hope to see you there, and tomorrow, noon Pacific, bring your green palette, and I'll see you later.